Almost, Your Honor.
Pat, you understand that Mr. Zamora here also?
I don't see Mr. Zamora, but we are on YouTube.
He's in the same room as Ms.
Okay.
Russell.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Mr. Loxham here? Oh, I see Andrew. Okay, we're good. All right, so now we have Mr. Castellanos, an attorney, Mr. Leja, an attorney, and Mr. Zamora, an attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go on now. This is County Court Law number 6, remote via Zoom hearings on plea bargain cases. I have cause number 601003, State of Texas versus Daniel Castellanos. I have cause 633186, State of Texas versus Efren Leja. And I have cause number 642826, State of Texas versus Michael Zamora, which is a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement. And cause 601003, representing Mr. Castellanos, is Mr. Paul Vasquez. And clause 633186, representing Mr. Leja, is Mr. Loxham. And in clause 642826, representing Mr. Zamora, is Ms. Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding in front of you documents entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions that purport to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. Mr. Castellanos, on your case, 601003, is this your signature on the back of this document, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And in clause 633186, Mr. Leja, is this your signature on the back of this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
And in clause 642826, Mr. Zamora, is this your signature on the back of this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Before I forget, I also have a second document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, which is allegedly signed by all defendants and all attorneys. Mr. Castellanos, in your case, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Vasquez, would this be your signature on this document?
It is.
Mr. Leja, in your case, with regard to the defendant's consent to plea by video conference, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir, it is.
And Mr. Loxham, would that be your signature on this document?
Yes, Judge.
Mrs. Zamora, in your case, on the consent to plea by video conference, would this be your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Russell, would this be your signature on this document?
Yes, Judge.
By signing these documents, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read these documents or have them read to you in their entirety? If you had any questions about what was on these documents, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorneys, so that in signing the documents, you're telling me that you agree with, to understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Mr. Castellanos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Leja?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Mr. Zamora?
Yes, Your Honor.
As attorney for Mr. Castellanos, have you had enough time to go over this case with him, and in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
We have, and he is.
Same question for attorney for Mr. Leja.
Yes to both.
Same question for attorney for Mr. Zamora.
Yes to both, Judge.
Mr. Castellanos, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Leja.
No, sir.
You are not a United States.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm sorry.
Mr. Zamora, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
As attorney for Mr. Castellanos, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
They have.
Same question for attorney for Mr. Leja, Mr. Loxham.
I believe so, Judge, yes.
Same question for attorney for Mr. Zamora, Ms. Russell.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Castellanos, in cause 601003 to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense. How do you plead, sir?
No contest, Your Honor.
Is there an agreement for Mr. Castellanos?
Yes, Judge, it is 6 months jail, probated over 12 months, a $300 fine plus court costs, 36 hours of community service, DWI Ed, DIP, CATSNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
And Judge, this is a Class B. They are waiving the enhancement. Jeff, can you verify that?
Yes, Judge, the state does move to waive the 0.15 enhancement and proceed on the DWI first.
Objection from the defense, that will be granted. Defense, is
No
that
objection.
your understanding of the plea bargain?
It is, Judge.
The court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. I find you guilty. Is that what we're doing, I assume? I said 6 months in the Bear County Jail, probated for 1 year, a $300 fine plus court cost, 36 hours community service, DWI education, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug, and Smart Start mobile device for 6 months or half the term of the probation. Anything further from the state or the defense on Mr. Castellanos?
There is, Judge, just to let you know, I don't know if you recall Mr. Castellanos, but he is in the Marine Reserves. He reports once a month. So at some point in time, I know that you waived the community service for the military. I wasn't sure if you were going to do that in this case as well. And then also, he is currently on Scram, so we get an order signed to remove the Scram and place him on the Smart Start mobile?
Ah, that Mr. Castellanos.
Correct.
The Marine Reserve, Mr. Castellanos.
What was that, Your Honor?
How long has Mr. Castellanos been in the Marine Reserve?
I've did a 4 years active duty, and then this is my second year in the Marine Reserves.
Okay. We've had a lot of problems with you on pretrial. I'm going to take the Scram off, but I want to make crystal clear that you and your attorney understand, and your attorney knows me very well, and I assure you he understands. If there are any more problems, right now you're going to be facing a motion to revoke your probation, and you're looking at a jail sentence, probably. And we don't want to do that. So I'm going to put him on a Smart Start mobile device, Paul, at 6 blows a day, and waive the Scram, with the understanding if he shows me 30-day period of time without missing any blows, at 6 blows a day, and no high bracks for alcohol, I'll crank him back down to 4 like everybody else. No hard feelings. But Mr.
Right.
Cox had a very difficult time on pretrial not drinking. So I wish you'd have that little lawyer-client chat with him you always have and explain how this
Yes,
works.
Judge.
Mr. Costello, do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, Your Honor.
You have any questions about any of that?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Real simple. Pretend you're in Afghanistan, you can't drink. Got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further from the state or the defense of Mr. Castellanos?
Judge, I don't know if there is an active warrant, but if there is, can you recall it?
You bet. On GPS and all those other bad things too, probably. I'm just gonna
Yeah, I'm most likely.
recall all bad things. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. He starts over. Good luck, Mr. Castellanos.
Thank you.
Mr. Leha,
Yes, sir.
charge of driving while intoxicated, second offense. Please, sir. Would that be guilty or no contest?
Guilty, sir.
Is there an agreement for Mr. Leha?
Yes, Judge, it is 1 year jail, probated over 16 months. $500 fine plus court costs. 40 hours of community service. DWI intervention. DIP, CATSNP. Smart Start Mobile for half the term. And restitution in the amount of $500 to Charles Conger. And we will be taking into consideration cause number 639371,
And what kind of case is 39371?
reckless driving.
What were the reckless driving facts? Is this a thing?
I can read the information. I haven't read the case though.
Well, I bet Mr. Leha knows. Were you going really fast, Mr. Leha? Is that the problem?
I was, sir.
Are we gonna do that anymore?
No, sir.
Atta baby. Okay, Mr. Loxton, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, it is, Judge, but I would like to talk about probation.
Sure.
Mr. Leha, are you living in Fredericksburg still?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you're gonna be living? Or are you gonna be in Bear County?
Well, for now, I'll be living here until I get to find the place.
Okay, what county is that?
Here in Gillespie County.
Okay. So Judge, he's in Gillespie County. I don't know if you want to transfer the probation up there or not, but as for the rest of the things I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. Leha has been under house arrest since, I think, April. So he has not been able to work. So I'm asking you to consider lowering his supervisory fee. And then the other question I had was, as conditions of his bond, I think he had scram and house arrest. So I'm just asking those be lifted and he just go under what we're talking about on probation.
Okay, I'm confused. Is he going to live in Gillespie County, i.e. Fredericksburg, Texas, or San Antonio, Texas, i.e. Fair County, right now?
Gillespie
Mr.
County.
Leha,
Are you living in San Antonio or Fredericksburg this month of October?
Fredericksburg, Gillespie County.
All right, so we're gonna transfer to county. Everybody agree?
yes, sir.
And we're gonna waive GPS, waive scram, waive whatever bad thing. I probably had weekly report in there somewhere if I were guessing.
House arrest. He isn't, we want to make sure house arrest is gone, Judge, so it can work.
We call that full GPS, that's correct.
Oh, okay. I got it, Judge.
So we're gonna take all that off. All right, Mr. Loxam, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, and I don't know if you caught it or would do it, but if you'd lower his supervisory fee because he hasn't been able to work, we'd appreciate that.
Mr. Leha's supervisory fees and everybody else in County Court 6 are the same, which is the lowest statutory amount, which is $25 a month.
I love it.
There you go. The probation department doesn't love it, but you and I love it, so it'll all.
Fair
Okay.
enough, Judge.
Mr. Leha, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated. Second offense, I find you guilty. I said 1 year in the Bear County Jail, probated for 16 months, a $500 fine plus court cost, 40 hours of community service, DWI intervention, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety new intervention program, outpatient drug, Smart Start mobile home interlock for half the term or 8 months, restitution in the amount of $500 to Charles Conger. Taking into consideration clause 639371, which is granted, it shall be dismissed. And also amending waiving pretrial requirements of full GPS, weekly report in UA, and scram. So he basically starts over at 4 blows a day on the Smart Start mobile. Anything further from the state or the defense of Mr. Leha?
No, Judge.
Good luck, Mr. Leha.
May we be excused now, Judge, and probation will get in touch with them, or do we need to hang out?
Probation will contact you.
So we're free to go at the moment then.
Yes.
That's my understanding. Sure. Thanks for your help.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, this is a Bear County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement, clause 642826. State of Texas versus Michael Zamora. And Mrs. Zamora, we've already gone over the fact that this is your signature on the consent to plea by video conference, have we not?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Russell, this is your signature on that document.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Zamora, the charge is assault, bodily injury, family. Would that be correct, state?
Yes.
Yes,
Your Honor.
Judge.
Mr. Zamora, to the charge of assault, bodily injury, family, how do you plead, sir?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, are we accepting no contest pleas on VTC?
Oh, no. Sorry, you give me just 1 second, Judge.
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay.
Accepts your plea of guilty, holds it in abeyance, places you on 1 year, Bear County Veterans Treatment Court, track 1 pretrial diversion, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service. Let's see what courses you guys have agreed to. We've got APSE, Stress Management Court, BTC, drug, alcohol, and or stress treatment and completion of the Veterans Treatment Court requirements. No contact with Michael David Nelson. Who is Michael David Nelson to the defendant? Is it somebody he knows or just?
Your Honor, it was his roommate, but Mr. Nelson has since passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well then we don't have to worry about that much. And then AFFV, is that the family violence BIP core state or what is AFFV? Oh no, affirmative finding of family violence. Holding in abeyance, meaning if you were to violate your probation and the state were to move to remove you from track 1 on the Veterans Treatment Court and you were found guilty of this offense, at that time the court would find an affirmative finding of family violence, which would result in bad things and you can't own guns and all that kind of stuff. So we don't want to go there. State, we're not doing the BIP course on this case, correct?
Correct.
And we have, well, yeah, that's not it. Is that your understanding of what we're doing, state, on the actual sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and defense, is that your understanding of sentencing requirements?
Yes, Your Honor.
Requiring successful completion of Veterans Treatment Court, issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. And at this time, I'm holding in front of you a document entitled Contractual Terms and Conditions, Procedural Disclosures of Pretrial Intervention. And this is a document which is a contract by and between you and your attorney and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. Said contract containing all requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. In fact, Mr. Zamora, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Russell, on my copy of this document, I do not have your signature. The original may have it. Do you know if you've signed this document for us or at this time or not?
I did, Judge.
Okay, then we're gonna go for that. And I notice on the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. This is a plea bargain case and the defendant has limited right of appeal. That's not marked on my document either. Okay, let's see. What'd you do in the military, sir?
I was a combat medic, Your Honor.
Ooh, we like having you guys around. Did you go to the war somewhere?
Yeah, I went to Iraq, 15 months.
Do you have a VA disability at this time?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if you need help filing that, let us know.
Thank you. I will definitely be looking into it.
Great. State, anything further on your side?
Nothing further.
Vince, anything further on your side?
Nothing, Your Honor, except Mr. Zamora is currently finding an apartment. He wasn't able to have one because of the pending case, and he will make sure to update the program and the court when he gets his new address.
That'd be great. If you just let his probation officer know, we'll be good on that. No problem. All right. Good luck, Mr. Zamora. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, and then Mr. Brian's back with Miss Marchand. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is cause number 629-455, State of Texas versus Taylor Renee Marchand. Ms. Marchand, I'm looking at a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, which purports to have your signature and your attorney's signature on it. Is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
And Mr. O'Donnell, will this be your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
At this time, Ms. Marchand, I'm looking at a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions that purports to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, ma'am, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney, so that in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
As attorney for Ms. Marchand, Mr. O'Donnell, have you had enough time to go over this case with her, and in your opinion, is she mentally competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Marchand, are you a United States citizen, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. O'Donnell, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I show this case to be a DWI first. So state there are no motions to reduce anything. It's automatic. It is a first to begin with.
Correct, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Marchand, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
I plead with no contest.
Is there an agreement for Ms. Marchand?
Yes, Judge. 180 days, probated over 12 months. $500 fine plus court costs. 36 hours of community service. DWI education. DIP. CATSNP. The DOEP class. Smart Start Mobile for half the term. And restitution, if any, to Pedro Ramirez and Joe Barrientos.
ZOE? Barrientos?
Yeah, Barrientes.
The first name is Z as in Zulu, O-E, Zoe?
Joe, J-O-E.
Yeah, okay. And Mr. O'Donnell, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Marchand, the court accepts your plea of no contest. I find you guilty. I said 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 1 year, a $500 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug, DOEP course, Smart Start mobile device for 1/2 the term of your probation or 6 months. Restitution, if any, payable to Pedro Ramirez, is that what you said, Z in the end? And Zoe
Yes.
Barrientos. Is that correct, State?
Yeah, Joe Barrientos.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all I got. Good luck, Ms. Marchand. Anything further from the State of the Defense on Ms. Marchand?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody's released. What else we got, Pat?
Your Honor, may I ask what my client will do next? Is there a probation CSO that she's going to talk to today?
Your, Brian, what the probation office is doing is they are contacting the defendants within 48 hours, and they will set up whatever they need to do.
Very well. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank
Your Honor,
you.
may we be excused?
Bet. Thanks for your help.